The deficit of JAL was a serious problem on Japan at year 2008. This issue was also one of the important issues in the National Assembly. For this reason, the Japanese government's rebuilding organization made a rebuilding plan as shown in the figure, but in order to realize this, it was necessary to introduce people with powerful management skills. For this reason, the Japanese government selected Kazuo Inamori, the founder of Kyousera. He was a former president of Kyocera, and it was because he had many company teaching and consulting records about the management areas. One of the management techniques is to minimize the amount of investment and a countermeasure law that pulls out the bottom-up power of employees. And the aim is to recover profitability in a short period of time. Before applying this method to the JAL reform, Mr. Inamori promoted grasping the actual condition of JAL in the form as shown in the figure. Please look at details of it later. The most important measure in this reform is measures to change the mental barrier. For this reason, he proceeded to cultivate key people with a great deal of time. Mr. Inamori's main point of JAL reform was the system of the diagram shown here. Please look at it later again. The main content was 3. First, JAL philosophy, second, leader training, third, per department profit system. Measures that employees' activities immediately indicate as good or bad their activities will greatly help companies improve their activities. Mr. Inamori developed this method at Kyousera and applied it to JAL reform. The name is called Ameba system. I summarize main points of it here. This direct management type activity evaluation method using direct cost accounting method. By using this system, activities were created at the manufacturing site concentrating on zero defects and productivity improvement at Kyocera company. This is a sample of the Ameba system based on site activity evaluation calculation. I hope that you will understand that it is point system using direct costing method. Before the reform of JAL in Japan, there was reform of ANA, which is the same industry other company. This shows activities done by ANA. You will be aware that there are many requirements similar to the reform contents of both parties. Besides this, there are many examples of airline companies such as Scandinavian Airlines reform, but the content is almost same as JAL and ANA. Based on this analysis, we can know that, when conducting business improvement, the top leader clarifies the items to be done with ideal minus reality, creates a mechanism that can implement the reform contents of this kind bottom up, organizes them around key people and achieves the goal. It will be a measure to advance the management technology to take. Mr. Nakamura was advancing reform at the airline shown here when Mr. Inamori is progressing the JAL reform. This figure shows its contents. Also, he thought that the success or failure of using such a management method by a manager's skill level depends on success.